Hello, and welcome to another edition of Tools of the Trade. My name is Larry Leach. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some more cameras. In a previous edition, I talked to you guys about low budget or low cost cameras available to your budget conscious filmmakers. Today I'm going to talk about cameras for people that have a little bit higher budget. These would be considered your mid-range cameras. I'm going to be talking about some of the DSLRs and some of the options that they're starting to offer to people who want to make films. And I'm going to talk about some of the traditional mid-range cameras that your video developers or filmmakers might use. The first camera I'm going to talk about is the Canon EOS 60D. It hasn't been out for an extremely long time. There's a few models the camera that Canon has that are a little bit higher end than this one. But one of the good things about the 60D is it offers video as well as pretty decent photography. If your goal is to shoot film or video, all of the Canon models offer the exact same quality of video. They're all HD 1080p. There's a few things you want to be aware of if you're going to shoot video with a DSLR. One of the things that it doesn't offer that your traditional video camera offers is automatic zoom in and zoom out function. If you want to zoom in or out while you're filming, you're going to have to do it manually, which could be problematic because chances are you're going to get a little bit of camera shake and you're going to have some undesired movement going on. Another thing that you want to be aware of is the focus. On your DSLRs, typically when you're shooting photography, you have the autofocus function that works very well. However, when you're doing video, the auto function doesn't work like it does in photography mode, and chances are you're going to have to also do that manually. Now, there are some accessories available out there that will help you to do this zooming and focusing and keep it smooth, but I'll talk about those things in another edition of Tools of the Trade. A couple other things that you want to be aware of. With DSLRs, because they're typically designed for photography, some of the models only have a built-in microphone. So initially when DSLRs were used for video, a lot of people were complaining about the audio quality. However, with some of the later models, you have microphone inputs. This one right here has a 3.5 inch or 3.5 millimeter microphone jack. So if you have an external microphone, you just have to get the right kind of plug and you can plug it into your camera and capture audio using a microphone, similar to the ones I covered in the audio edition of Tools of the Trade. So you have your microphones, your zoom in, and your focus are things that you want to be aware of if you're looking to get a DSLR for video purposes. There are some rigs out there that will help you as far as stabilizing the camera. I'll cover some of those in a future edition. But for video quality, these things are becoming extremely popular because your DSLR photography cameras actually have a very large sensor in there. And so when you have that large sensor, it helps you get good depth of field. It helps you get good video quality. So your video is nice and crisp and very high quality video. If you have a camera without a microphone input, it's suggested just use a dual system recording where essentially it records the audio through the camera microphone, but you have a secondary video recorder or some sort of recording device that you record using a microphone of some sort, such as a shotgun mic held out with a boom pole. But they are, like I said, becoming incredibly popular. You have the option to change lenses. So with Canon, there are a lot of different lenses available for your DSLRs. So here I'm switching to a different lens. So as far as your focal lengths, the types of footage you can get, shot composition, if you have the ability to change lenses, you can get different kind of looks with your video and still use the same camera. Your traditional cameras, some of them do have interchangeable lenses, but oftentimes they can be very expensive, especially your cinema lenses. But the DSLR, like I said, is becoming extremely popular. There are a lot of accessories out there. You can see your video using the LCD display, just like with a traditional camera. So again, extremely popular choice for filmmakers looking to get into filmmaking and using a DSLR to get good quality video. The second camera I have here is also a DSLR. A lot of the same functions that the 60D has. This is the 70. As far as video quality, it is exactly the same. With this one, you can see I've added on a battery pack, which allows you to put 2 batteries in the battery pack back there. If you put 2 batteries back there, you can get an extended period of time using your batteries before they'll run out. So if you're out on a shoot and you're going to be out there for several hours, you can have a longer running time with your camera if you have that battery pack. As far as storage, I know in the previous edition I talked about your different types of cameras, your hard drives, your memory cards, your tape-based cameras. With the 60D, it offers SD storage. So with the SD storage, again, you can get SD cards, 32 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes. I've seen some that are 128, which would give you a very long or a lot of storage space to get a lot of video footage. However, with the DSLRs, one of the issues that a lot of people are running into is you can only get so much video at a time. You have to kind of shoot in spurts. The time, if I'm not mistaken, is about 12 minutes. Every 12 minutes, you have to start recording again. But you want to make sure that you check your camera to see if it has that issue. If it runs continuously, that's better because you don't have to keep stop and starting your shooting. With the 7D, it actually takes a different kind of card. So with the 7D, you're looking at your compact flash, which is still a good storage medium. The differences are a lot of your computers, especially your laptops, your Mac laptops, your iMacs, are going to come with an SD card slot built into them. So you can just take your SD card out of the 60D, slide it right into the computer, pull your footage off. With the compact flash, chances are you're going to have to use a card reader. A lot of your computers don't have the compact flash card reader built into them. So just some things that you want to be aware of if you are looking to use the DSLR for your video or filmmaking purposes. Again, excellent choice as far as video quality. You just want to be aware of some of the issues that you may have to deal with. The 60D, which is the smaller one I have here, retails for about $1,200. Right? So it's not cheap, but it definitely will give you a good video quality, and some of the accessories that are available will allow you to put together very good film projects and video projects. The 7D retails for about $1,800. So it's a little bit more expensive, better photography camera, but again, the video quality is exactly the same. They both have your flash shoe or your hot shoe built on the top there. If you're doing video, chances are you're not going to be using a flash, but you may be using some sort of light. You may have microphones that you have attached to it. So there's only one, but you do have accessories such as this splitter right here, which will allow you to connect 2 different accessories simultaneously on them. And there are other accessories that allow you to add on more than 2 accessories, but definitely a good choice if you're looking to do some good quality video. If you are already a Canon user or Nikon user and you have a number of lenses, the DSLR is definitely the way to go, because right out of the box you'll have multiple options as far as the type of lenses you can use for your video projects. The next camera I'm going to talk about is the Canon XA10. This is a high definition professional quality video camera. It gives you 1920 by 1080, which is your good HD video. It has XLR input, so if you want to use a high-end microphone, it's like a shotgun, you can have good quality connection. It has the mount on there for the shotgun mic to be mounted directly onto the camera. So if you're out and about getting your footage, you can have your microphone attached directly to the camera. It has a 64 gigabyte hard drive built into it, but it also has space for 2 SD cards. So if you get a couple more 64 gigabyte SD cards, you can triple the size of the storage space for this particular camera. It has a HDMI out, has a USB connector, has a component out which allows you to connect it directly to your television, just like the HDMI, so you can play back your footage directly from the camera. It has a headphone jack, so if you're out, you can hear the quality of audio that's being picked up by your microphones. This particular camera also has your accessory shoe on the top. So again, if you have a splitter, you can mount multiple accessories to it. If you have lights, if you have wireless microphones, you can have both of them mounted to the camera at the same time. There's more and more accessories that are coming out for cameras, so this just gives you an option to have multiple accessories mounted onto your camera. The battery that comes with this particular camera is pretty small. It's not going to give you very much time. As you see, it's a very small battery. However, there are third-party batteries that you can get. This one right here is manufactured by Wasabi. If you look at it, it's a much bigger battery. It's going to give you about 3 hours runtime, give or take. So there's definitely options to get better battery life when you get out there filming, so that you won't run out of battery in the middle of your shots. The XA10, very popular camera, extremely good video footage, has all of the options that you want to have to get good quality audio and video. It's a traditional camera, so your zoom in, zoom out, autofocus is going to work like you expect, a little bit differently than what comes natively with your DSLRs. This particular camera retails for about $2,000. So again, it's not going to be for your low budget filmmakers. It's going to be for someone that has a little bit of money to invest in the products or the cameras that they're using for their video projects. The last one that I'm going to talk about is the Sony HVR Z1U. This is a high definition camera. It shoots in 1080i, so you're going to have 1440 by 1080 as your high definition output. It shoots in HDV but also DV cam, so you get good quality video. If you are looking to have 1920 by 1080 as your final output, you can modify or interpret the footage using Adobe Premiere and basically stretch it to the size that you need it. This is a tape-based camera, so it has the tape input right there on the side. Again, tape is kind of losing its popularity. A lot of people are going to your storage such as SD cards or hard drives. Definitely makes it a lot easier to get your footage onto the computer. This doesn't have a built-in hard drive or card slots. However, there is an accessory that is made for it. This is the HVR ACR1 memory recording unit. This particular unit, it attaches using a FireWire connection to the Z1U, and it takes your compact flash cards. So if you're trying to capture off of the tape, it's going to take a little bit of time because your tape capture happens in real time. However, if you have your compact flash card, you pop this, oh, I have one in there already. You pop that right into the card reader right there, attach it to your camera. It has slots, so if you have like an accessory holder, you can attach it on there. And basically you have it connected to your camera. It will record your video footage in either high definition or standard definition. The high definition is a compressed format. So again, Premiere or Final Cut X is going to be able to read it natively. If you have standard definition, I believe it comes out in an AVI, so they'll be able to read that. But definitely an excellent accessory if you have a little bit older camera with a FireWire connection, such as the Z1U. This particular camera is discontinued, like I said. New, it would run you about $5,000. If you're looking to get one used, it's probably going to run you about $1,500, give or take, depending on where you get it from. I've had this one for about 8 years. I bought it in 2006, and it has definitely allowed me to get some good quality video for the different clients that I do projects for. It also has your Sony L series or NP, your Sony NP series batteries work on it. So a lot of the newer cameras, such as the NEX FS700, takes the same kind of battery. Right? The NEX FS700 would also be considered a mid-range camera. I don't have one here to show you, but in the future I'll probably do a segment on it. It is under $10,000 and has the ability to record video at 4K. So definitely a very popular camera that if you haven't heard about, you will hear about soon. The Sony HVR, like the Canon, have what we call an iLink. And basically that allows you to connect it to a tripod or tripod remote. They both have wireless remotes that allow you to operate them while you're not connected to them. So these are excellent additions and accessories or features that they have. The Z1U comes with a charger, so you can keep your batteries recharged. Again, your aftermarket batteries are going to give you extra battery life, battery time while you're out there shooting your longer projects without having to change things. Let's see. So all 4 of these cameras, definitely ones that can get you good quality video, all within the mid-range level. Again, the Sony Z1Us discontinue, so there are alternate options that will give you just as good of footage. If you have anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to spend on a video camera, probably want to look at some of the newer options that have your hard drives built in or your memory card options just to kind of ease the flow. Again, this is Larry Leach covering mid-range cameras. Check back again for another edition of Tools of the Trade.